What on guys, and welcome to a new video about Halo Infinite. Now, if you don't pay attention to my Twitter, then you'll be forgiven for not realizing that I've been given access to the Halo Infinite flight, right? Now, I obviously been given access to Halo Infinite flight, and I've been playing it a lot today, as obviously you would do if you've been given access to the flight for a new game, especially one like Halo. And I wanted to give my first impressions and opinions, sort of review on the game in its current state, including the weapons, how they feel, the sounds, little bugs that are in there, things that I don't particularly like or things that I do like. Now, there's two parts to this flight. There's the weapon drills, and then there's bot, like Slayer, if that makes sense. So you've got two separate game modes. Now, I've played through both of those, and I've recorded all of the weapon drills and also about 3 matches worth of Slayer. Now, I've played more than that, but I was trying to record from the offhand to show my progression, because I'm playing on my Xbox, so I've got given Xbox access instead of PC access because my own stupidity, because I forgot to opt out of PC flighting for when MCC released first. So that's my own stupid fault. However, I managed to play it, and I got used to it eventually, but I was only playing at 30 FPS instead of 60, which is fine, but it just gets a bit getting used to. So I wanted to see my progression throughout from starting to where we are now, but I couldn't do that because the recording stuff was being a pain in the backside. However, so you've obviously already seen the gameplay, or at least some gameplay. What gameplay it is, I haven't quite decided yet because I haven't put it up. However, I want just to go over my raw opinions about this game. I'm not scripted or anything, just me talking about the game in its entirety at the moment. So, the first thing I want to say is this game, just judging by what I've played so far, in a general sense, if this is the standard in which we're getting from Halo Infinite in its release date, not necessarily just the campaign, but just the multiplayer on its own, the free-to-play multiplayer that's arriving alongside the campaign in November, this game is going to smash the gaming industry to pieces. This game, from what I've played so far, is so crisp and so clean, in its, obviously, like, as best you can with a flight, obviously, that I'm just baffled by how good this game is so far, and it's only going to get better with player feedback and people turning around and saying, right, well, this doesn't work, we think this needs to be changed, we don't like this, could you change this, this works well, but this might not. So, with player feedback, it's only going to get better and better and better, and I was just blown away from start to finish about how good this game is going to be. There are obviously bugs that are here and there that need to be sorted, but it's just, the game in general is really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. So, first of all, I want to go over my thoughts of the weapon drills. Now, the weapon drills I didn't like, but I didn't dislike either. Only because, for me as an experienced player of Halo, both on PC and Xbox, weapon drills don't necessarily appeal to me that much because I'm not the people who it's targeted at. The people that the weapon drills are targeted at are people that are brand new to Halo who need to get accustomed to the weapons. A bit like Apex. So Apex has got their like offline target range mode where you can choose what weapons you want to play about with, and you can go shoot some targets, get a feel for the weapons, and then choose which ones you want in the battlefield. So that's basically what this game, these combat drills are basically based around. So you can get used to some of the new weapons, have a feel for them, and see what they're like. And in fairness, actually, now that I think about it, like, obviously for things like the AR, the BR, the sidekick, the rocket launcher, like, I know how all those weapons work because I've used them all before. But for things like the Ravager, the Heatwave, the Skewer especially, I can actually see how weapon drills, even for experienced players, like myself and many others, could actually make use of weapon drills to get used to how these weapons feel, and not go and pick up this random weapon you see in the battlefield, not know how you're going to use it, and then waste it because you're literally clueless on how to use it. So I can sort of see weapon drills in a sense being good for even the most experienced players. So yeah, I had to play about with weapon drills. They weren't fantastic, really, but there's not really a lot you can do with weapon drills. You're just practicing using a weapon on AI that don't even fight back. So it's basically like a moving shooting range, essentially. So, yeah. But I'm not complaining about that. That's only just because, like, it's not... I'm not the people who they use weapon drills are actually aimed towards. You know, it's aimed towards brand new people coming into Halo and, you know, trying to learn the ropes of how the game works before you get chucked into a multiplayer match. So then we get on to the bot slayer. Now, this is where things really start to heat up and where I've had the most fun in this game, and I just can't stop playing. I had to literally... I recorded these 3 gameplays. I'd recorded about 5 others that actually didn't work properly and they didn't record, but which is a bit of a pain in the backside. But I recorded these 3 gameplays. So I just had to say to myself, look, just stop a minute. Just record this one, finish it, go upstairs and do your audio recording and get it done now, because otherwise you're never going to be able to do it. Because it is so addicting, and it's not because the AI are easy, because I'll get to that in a second, because they're really not. But it's such an engaging multiplayer experience that it's just so addicting. Even at a 30 FPS, on a 30 FPS console, this game is just so addicting. You know, I'm used to playing on PC, playing like Battlefront, Halo Master Chief Collection, and other Halo games, and other various other games myself at 60 FPS on my PC. And the reason why I don't use my Xbox downstairs is because the Xbox is locked to 30 FPS, and it really does bug me because you notice a dramatic difference, especially with the response times. But after a while I did get used to it, and once I got used to it, I had so much fun playing that those multiplayer against bots, because it's just it's so engaging, like shooting. And it, you know, it's not even the fact, I'll talk about the bots now while I keep bringing it up, but it's not engaging because the AI are easy to kill. That's not the case at all. The reason why it's engaging is because the AI and the bots work so much similar to what a normal player would be, that's what keeps you entertained. It's not just an aimless, because it's the way this works for those of you who haven't got the flights is it's 4 people, 4 players, so 4 actual human players that take part in the flight against 4 AI bots, right? So it's not even like it's you against 7 other AI bots, and that's difficult. It's actually a classic Slayer match, but the enemy team is all bots. So that's good. That's good because you know, you would have thought like that would be easy. That make the game easy because you're just fighting against AI. But the AI are so good at what they do and so good in the way that they play that you just have to think about treating it as a normal player. And that's what I love about this game, so of what I've played so far, is that it actually makes you think. You can't just go around with your bulldog shotgun, just randomly just mowing them down, because they'll kick your ass. You know, they will kick you right up the rear end if you go and do it. You've actually got to use tactics, and this is only second hardest difficulty. Like, this is only Marine. There's 4. There's Recruit, Marine, ODST, and Spartan. Like, I can't imagine what Spartan's going to be like. I struggled a bit against the Marine AI. You know, I could even argue they're a little bit too hard, but that's just because I'm stupid and I'm playing at 30 FPS, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage anyway. But it's just, they're so intelligent. You know, they were throwing grenades at me, they're meleeing me, they were picking up my weapons when I dropped them when I died. It's like, they're picking up the abilities, the overshields and the cloaks. Like, one came up behind me that was cloaked. I was like, how the hell did that happen? You know, where'd you come from? You know, so that's why I love this game mode so much, because the AI are so smart, because of the way they behave and the way they track your movements and move around you, strafe around you, left to right, backwards and forwards, jump and get out of your way when you're trying to snipe and things like that, that it just makes for such an entertaining experience. And I was thinking to myself while I was playing one of those matches, this game, I can see when the campaign dies off, when they completed the campaign and they've finished all the DLC, they've got nothing more to add to the Infinite Story campaign, they move on to their next project, I can see this multiplayer lasting a long time, like a very, very, very long time, because of how entertaining it is. Now, the only thing that I slightly worry about is the lack of offline mode. Now, I know the reason, there's only a certain amount they can put into this flight, I understand that, but what I understood by bots being in the game is that you can set up your own game So like you, 3 other bots against 4 bots. That's what I understood it to be. Now, I was obviously mistaken, but I hope they bring that in. And I hope they say you can have an offline mode with bots, and not just like a simple game mode that you can play. You know, like just Slayer, but have like big team battle against AI. Have like, you know, SWAT, heavies, and all that against AI. That'd be so good. And that will keep the game alive for a lot longer than it's actually, I wouldn't say supposed to be, but keep it alive for longer than would be if it wasn't there. Keep people entertained, especially when the servers are offline. Let people play when the servers are offline. You know, when they turn around and say, right, we're going to boot the servers like they have done with the classic Halo, like Halo games for the 360 games, get rid of those servers. That means, well, the game's still active. You can still play it. It's still an intriguing experience. You can still get that multiplayer experience even if the servers are gone. That's what I want from this game. And this is from what I can see from where this is going. And even if it's not there at launch, as long as we get it eventually, it'd be fine. But it also just means that, you know, you're not focused the multiplayer experience on just your internet. You know, if you have a day where your internet's down, or you're having your internet redone, so you haven't got any kind of network at all, you know, your phone signal's not strong enough to cope with Halo multiplayer, you can still play multiplayer matches, obviously not against people because that would be impossible, but you can still have that offline multiplayer experience and still hone your skills. Turn the AI difficulty up, and you can have basically your multiplayer experience and practice still, even though you've got no internet. And that's the engaging little things that will keep people interested. And that's where I think that like Call of Duty Warzone, Apex, Fortnite, all of these are going to struggle when Infinite comes out. Because what have they got? You look at Fortnite, you look at Apex. Apex is a little bit different now because it's got that extra arena game mode. But even so, still 2 game modes. But you've got like Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty Warzone. They've only got like 1 or 2 game modes in their arsenal. What's Halo got? Slayer, SWAT, Big Team Battle. Probably Infection, I would have thought. Domination, Capture the Flag. All of these games, all free to play. And in such a graphically impressive game at 120 FPS at max at 4K. Like this is going to, in my opinion, rock the gaming industry, especially with a game that's as good as this actually is from what I've seen. And maybe I'll see another flight and think, well, maybe my opinion on the game has changed a little bit. Maybe it isn't quite as good as I thought, or maybe I'll play a game later on and think, well, maybe that isn't quite as good as I actually thought about it. Maybe I don't like this so much, but the actual core fundamentals of this game, from what I've played so far, and I think I've played enough to give a good first impressions and opinions review on it, that I can play this game knowing that I'm going to enjoy this game when it comes out. And I think I can say that from what I've seen so far. And I think with an actual multiplayer experience with actual players, I think it's only going to get better. And if the multiplayer is anything what the campaign's going to say, the campaign's going to be kick-ass. Like, you know, but yeah, I'm just really, really hyped. So I don't want to ramble on for too long, as I know I do that a lot, but I'm going for 13 minutes just to explain. It's first impressions and opinions, you know. Hopefully I get chosen for more flights in the future. I really want the campaign flight, if anything. Like, I'd happily miss the PvP flight if it means I get the campaign flight. I like all of them. If they want to give them all to me, fine, I'll take it. But I prefer the campaign flight over the PvP flight. Just because I want to see how the campaign works. Because, like, this is sort of the closest experience you're going to get to PvP without actual normal players. And, you know, I expect that PvP flight is basically going to be the same as this, but with all normal people instead of just having, like, half and half bots, half players. So, however, though, I would really like to see PvP actually playing myself as well. But anyway, that is about all I have time for in this video here before I start rambling on for too long. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, I really like this game, and I really love this game. Just seeing what it is at the moment. I just really hope that the things that are wrong with it and things that people have complained about, because this game's not perfect. I'm not saying that, you know. And 343 have said they are going to listen to player feedback. There's some things that people have noticed that they see as a problem, which I also see as a problem I've not experienced myself. So I really hope that 343 keeps their promises and collect all their feedback from their tickets and and change the game for the better if necessary. So yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you haven't enjoyed, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content or discussion content about games. For every flight that I'm included in, even the ones that I'm not, I will do like a first impression and opinions review. So let's say the PvP flight, if I'm not invited into that flight, what I will do is I'll watch somebody's gameplay and make up my impressions based off of watching somebody else's gameplay, but it'll obviously be different because I haven't played it myself. But anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall see you all later. Bye.